Take four. Jesus. What's up, everybody? How are we all doing today? Much better up here today. Humidity's back to normal. Temperatures, I think we're in the upper 70s, low 80s. Much more comfortable up here today. Thank freaking God. Um, this video is about my wood. Been asked by a couple guys to do a tutorial on how I get my wood grains. Um, so I started. And I'll show you what I use and where we go from there. So hang on, I'm gonna flip these around and we'll go from there. All right, first thing I do, I've been using Mortal Master paints for freaking ever. Of course, now that they're out of business, I'm gonna have to find something else. But I do have extras on hand, and this is one of the ones that I have that is extra. Mortal Master wood. That's what I use for my base coat for all the woodwork I do. Doesn't matter how it ends up looking, it all gets a base coat of Mortal Master wood. So that's our first coat there. We're going to give it another coat, and then we will go from there. So hang on. All right, we're back. We're going to give this another coat of the wood. Luckily, we have this piece has the wood grain in it. You can just barely see it. You see it? Yeah, there it is. You just barely see it. Sometimes the styrene doesn't have wood grain, and you have to kind of make it look that way yourself. I mean, this is one of the things that I have done. It's like rust, guys. You can't do it wrong. You know what I mean? I just don't think you can do it wrong. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, you know, I think this comes out all right. I've had a lot of guys say, "Come here, that looks like real wood, Charlie." So, and when the guys out in the community say that, that's enough for me. So I must be doing something right. God knows that don't happen often. And you can tape the other stuff off or not. It doesn't matter. I mean, this part here, I'll just go back in and paint over that anyway. So I mean, it's not like I'm going to mark it, tape it all off and everything. So, of course, let me do the other side, because that's wood too. And we'll go over what I go over this with. Because there's a million different colors. Like I said, it's wood. You know how many different wood grains there are, and different woods. And I mean, I could take you up to my kitchen right now and show you about 9 different kinds of wood. So, yeah, never mind, Jeff. Never mind. All right, there that is. We're gonna let that dry, and then we'll be back. Hang on. So actually, while we're letting that dry, I thought I'd show you where we go from here. Um, like I said, it's like rust to me. You can't do it wrong. It's just so many different woods and grains, and I just don't think you can do it wrong. It's just a matter of what you want it to look like. So what I'll do is, after I've painted it, after it's getting painted the wood color, I'll take several different dark colors depending on what you want it to look like. You can use even lighter bronze than this, you know what I mean? And I'll just take it and either stipple it on with a brush or take a real thin brush and give it streaks. And then once that's all dry, we'll take the clears. These are all clear. Clear red, clear orange, clear yellow. And depending on how dark you want it, there you go. You know, it's kind of simple, but it's not rocket science. And then when I get done with that, we put on some clear. So we'll let this wood dry, and we'll be back. All right, so we're back. This is dried. Now we're going to take. I think I'm going to take some of this. This is Tester's Gloss Brown. I think we're going to use this, and we're going to kind of like stipple this on. I have some various different brushes that I use for different grains, I would guess, if that's how you want to put it. So we'll take this, and I say stipple, I mean like a dry, dry brush stipple. We don't want it wet, So we put our paint on, and then we bang it on the old paper towel, and then we take it and we just start doing this. See how that's coming out? And like I said, guys, we make it any color you want because, like I said, I hate to keep repeating myself, but it reminds me of rust. There's just like no wrong way of doing it. Now, it might not look like anything right now, but, when you start putting everything else on it, you get the red, orange, yellow, whatever you want to use. It all comes together in the end, I guess, huh? You want to try to keep it consistent. So I think that looks good to me on this side. All right, you see how that looks? Now we're going to flip it over. We're going to do the same thing to the back. Same thing to the back, guys. Sometimes I take a dry brush and just do the whole thing. It all depends what you want it to look like. All right. So there that is. We're going to let that dry. We'll be back. All right. Back once again. She's dry. It's one good thing about it being a little warm up here. No humidity. Paint's drying kind of fast today. So. But all right, that's what we ended up looking like. All right. Now we're going to take, I want to keep this kind of like in the middle. So I'm going to use orange. I want to say 7 times out of 10 I'll use orange when I do my woodwork. So give that a little shake. Get a nice brush. All right, now we're just going to paint this all clear orange. You don't want to go too heavy. Keep it kind of light. See how that turns it? See how that changes the color? And like I said, you use the red, it gets darker. You use the yellow, it gets lighter. There's a million ways you can do it, fellas. All right. And we'll do the same thing on our back here. So there we go. We'll let that dry. And then we will give it a coat of clear. So hang on. All right, boys. So we're back again. Now this is all dry. We're going to give this a coat of clear. And then we will go back in and we'll paint our plate here. Those are where the brake and shifter go through. So... And then we got to put our pedals in over here. But we're going to give it a coat of clear. Or you can also give it a coat of future. Sometimes I'll throw future on it. Sometimes I'll use the Tamiya clear. Today we're going to use the Tamiya clear. If I can get it open. Always keep these handy. There we go. All right. So we give this a coat of clear and this is all done. Other than... putting on the painting that painting that plate. So we just go in and we give this a coat of clear. Yeah, and I do most of my stuff by brush, fellas. I can't take the time to be cleaning an airbrush up every 5 minutes. I do like the way the airbrush looks, but like I said, I can't spend all day cleaning an airbrush every time I want to change colors. I just can't. So there it is. Oh! Almost screwed that up, huh? Of course. And then we do this side. There it is. There's our wood grain. That's how Charlie Mack does his wood grain. And like I said, you can make it look any way you want. Dark, light. It's wood. It's like rust. There's no wrong way of doing it. I don't care what anybody says. But anybody ever told me, oh, that rust doesn't look right, I tell them to go fuck themselves. Same thing with this. There's no wrong way of doing it. So, there it is. I know we went over that's for getting, still got 5 minutes though to get back at it, but that 18-minute and 36 video we put out the other day. Jesus Christ, my brain hurt. So, all right, fellas, there it is. That's my wood tutorial. So, it works for me. That's how I do it. If you like what you see, try it out. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you. All right, boys. Be good. We'll talk later. Peace out.